VFR flight planning. According to Chapter 17 of Annex 4, the ICAO 500,000 chart provides information to satisfy the requirements of visual air navigation for low speed, short or medium range operations at low and intermediate levels. VFR airspace. ICAO Annex 4 states that significant elements of the air traffic services system, including where practicable, control zones, aerodrome traffic zones, control areas, flight information regions and other airspace in which VFR flights operate shall be shown together with the appropriate class of airspace. Prohibited, restricted and danger areas shall also be shown. VFR flights shall not be flown over the congested areas of cities at a height less than 1,000 feet above the highest obstacle within a radius of 600 meters from the aircraft. Cruising altitude. Annex 2, Chapter 4 states that except where otherwise indicated by air traffic control clearances or specified by the appropriate ATS authority, VFR flights in level cruising flight when operated above 900 meters, 3,000 feet, from the ground or water, or a higher datum as specified by the appropriate ATS authority, shall be conducted at a flight level appropriate to the track as specified in a table of cruising levels. Below flight level 290, IFR flights between 0 degrees magnetic and 179 degrees magnetic shall take the odd flight levels 10, 30, 50, 70, 90, etc. For tracks between 180 magnetic and 359 magnetic, the flight level shall be 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. VFR flights below flight level 290 shall be 500 feet higher. At and above flight level 290, the separation between levels is increased. For IFR flight, the levels between 0 and 179 magnetic are 290, 330, 370 and 470, etc. And between 180 and 359 magnetic, 310, 350, 390 and 430, etc. VFR flight is 1,000 foot higher. Minimum grid area altitude. When planning and conducting a flight under VFR, we recommend maintaining an altitude at or above the depicted minimum grid area altitudes. When below the grid area altitude during departure and landing, use charts at more suitable scales, such as a visual approach and landing chart or an area chart. Minimum grid area altitudes. Minimum grid area altitudes are shown within each half degree of latitude and longitude. The values provide clearance of all terrain by 1,000 feet in areas where the highest points are 5,000 feet or lower, and clear of all elevations by 2,000 feet in areas where the highest points are 5,001 feet or higher. Meteorological factors. On a VFR flight, a commander shall not commence takeoff unless current meteorological reports or a combination of current reports and forecasts indicate that the meteorological conditions along the route or that part of the route to be flown VFR will at the appropriate time be such as to render compliance with these rules possible. Temperature affects the ceiling height of the aeroplane, making it more difficult to gain the necessary height when the air temperature is high. Cold temperatures reduce true altitude and cause terrain clearance to be reduced. Pressure altimeters are calibrated to indicate true altitude under International Standard Atmosphere (ISA) conditions. Any deviation from ISA will therefore result in an erroneous reading on the altimeter. In the case where the temperature is higher than ISA, the true altitude will be higher than the figure indicated by the altimeter, and the true altitude will be lower when the temperature is lower than ISA. Flight towards an area of reducing pressure will cause the altimeter to indicate higher than true altitude. From high to low, beware below. From low to high, you're up in the sky. You have a safety margin. Temperature deviations. If temperature deviates from ISA, the correction is 1% of true altitude for every 2.5 degrees Celsius difference from ISA. If colder, reduce the altitude. If warmer, increase the altitude. Sample question. How many feet do you have to climb to reach flight level 75? Given the departure airfield elevation is 1,500 feet, the QNH is 1013, and the temperature is ISA. The pressure is ISA and the temperature is ISA, so there are no corrections to be made. The answer is 6,000 feet, the difference between 7,500 and 1,500 feet. Here's another example. Again for flight level 75. The departure airfield elevation is 1,500 feet, but this time the QNH is 1003. The temperature is ISA, however. The 6,000 foot to climb is adjusted for the pressure difference. The pressure is 10 hectopascals lower than ISA. From high to low, beware below. 10 multiplied by 30 is 300 feet difference from ISA. Beware below means your altimeter is overreading and you're closer to the ground than it displays, in this case by 300 feet. The pressure correction to the 6,000 is minus 300, giving an answer of 5,700 feet. The final example. This time, again using flight level 75 and a departure airfield elevation of 1,500 feet, we'll keep the pressure at 1013, but the temperature is at minus 10 degrees from ISA. The pressure is ISA temperature minus 10 degrees. This is colder than ISA. From high to low, beware below. Minus 10 divided by 2.5 equals 4. 4% difference from ISA. 4% of 6,000 is 240 feet, to be subtracted from 6,000 feet, giving an answer of 5,760 feet.